Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the best towns around the Idaho Falls area. I know a lot of people that are thinking about moving here, but maybe don't want to be exactly in Idaho Falls. And luckily there is a ton of little towns all up this side of the state that are all pretty close to Idaho Falls and the whole metro area. So I wanted to just kind of talk through each one and break down some of the main ones and give you guys a little bit of insight into what they're like. So if you are looking at a map or looking at houses or anything like that, you kind of have a better idea of what the town is like that you're looking at and what might be the best fit for you. So yeah, let's just jump on in. All right, so the first one I want to mention, I figured we would just start from the southern part of the state and just kind of work our way up because that's easiest. So in that case, the first one that is still really close to Idaho Falls would be Pocatello, and that's kind of the main city that you get into if you're driving up from the south side of the state. Pocatello is about 60,000 people, I believe, and it's about 45 to 50 minutes from Idaho Falls, depending on what area you live in. Overall, it's pretty comparable to Idaho Falls itself. I know that there are a few amenities that Pocatello doesn't have that Idaho Falls does have. So if that's something that's important to you, that might be something to consider. I know that a lot of people tell me that live in Pocatello that they drive up here to Idaho Falls to go to Target and Costco and a few places like that because Pocatello doesn't have those. So if you want to be closer to those, it might be more beneficial for you to live closer to Idaho Falls, but if that's something that you don't care about as much, then Pocatello could be a really great fit for you. Okay, next, going north from the Pocatello side would be Blackfoot, and Blackfoot is probably 30 to 40 minutes from Idaho Falls, again, depending on what side of town that you live in. Blackfoot itself, I think the population right now is about 12,000, so it's fairly small. There really aren't a ton of amenities there. I know most of the people that live there come up to Idaho Falls or Pocatello to do their shopping or go out to eat and stuff like that. But it is kind of that nice small town feel. And Blackfoot is also considered the potato capital of the world. We are in Idaho, so that's just a fun little characteristic of Blackfoot. Also, the Eastern Idaho State Fair is held every year in Blackfoot. So that's just a cool little characteristic of the small town feel that it is too. Okay, next would be Firth and Shelley. Those are kind of lumped together because they're so close together. Firth's population is only about 500 and Shelley's is, I think, about 4,000, 4,500. Again, it's just kind of the nice small town feel, and both of them are only like 10 to 15 miles from Idaho Falls, so super close if you want to be close to all of the convenience that Idaho Falls has with the shops and restaurants and everything like that, but also still a little bit ways out of the city or the town. So if you want to just be a little bit removed but still close to everything, those are two great options. Also, Shelley is home to the Idaho Annual Spud Day, which is just a cute little tradition that the town does. They do a pancake breakfast, they do a spud run, they do spud picking contests, all sorts of themed things like that that are just really fun and cute. So again, just another cute little town. Okay, and then next I would say would be Ammon, and Ammon is pretty much connected to Idaho Falls. You literally cross 25th Street, and on one side you're in Idaho Falls, on one side you're in Ammon. So there's not really a huge difference there, but Ammon's population is, I think, about 15,000, and it's a little bit of the newer part of town, so there's a lot of shops and restaurants and things like that in Ammon, and also a lot of newer houses. It's a really nice area. My husband works in Ammon, and pretty much all of our shopping is done in Ammon, just because that's mainly where most of the shops and things like that are here. But super nice if you want to just kind of be on more of the edge of town, but again, just super close to everything. And then just a little bit ways up from Ammon and Idaho Falls is Iona, and again, Iona is basically connected to Ammon and Idaho Falls. You pretty much just cross the street and you're in Iona. but the population itself is only like 1,800, so it's super small. It's more of like an older farming community that's starting to grow. They're starting to build some new houses in that area. So again, just really nice to be a little bit ways out and kind of have that more small town feel, but you're still really close to everything. I would say from Iona, you're only like 10 to 15 minutes from most of the major stores and downtown Idaho Falls and things like that. So super close still. All right, and then right up from Iona, there is Yukon, and Yukon is probably only 10 to 20 minutes from Idaho Falls, I would say, depending on where you live. It's super small. I think the population is like 500, so it's really just a tiny little area near Idaho Falls. But again, if you just want to live further out and not live in the city, that's a great option for you. All right, and then right up from that is Rigby. Rigby is more of an actual town than Yukon is. It has a really nice little Main Street area with a really good barbecue restaurant on Main Street there. I think the population is like 4,000 in Rigby, and fun fact, it was actually the birthplace of television. So that's just a cute little tidbit about Rigby. But again, depending on what side of Rigby you're on, you're probably only 15-20 minutes from Idaho Falls max, so super close again. All right, and then heading east a little bit is Ryrie. Ryrie is actually on the way out if you're going towards Jackson, Wyoming, but it's only maybe 20 minutes away from Idaho Falls. It's pretty small again, but it's beautiful out there. It's right along the Snake River, and there's actually some amazing fishing out in the Ryrie area. My husband goes fly fishing out there all the time. South Fork is near Ryrie, which is pretty much a world-class fishing area. So if you're into that sort of thing, Ryrie is a really good option for you. Okay, and then next, this would be heading west, kind of northwest from Idaho Falls, is Manan. Manan is another super small, just kind of farming community. It's about 1,000 people, I think. And it's mainly just houses out there, but it's really pretty out there. And actually one of our favorite restaurants is in Manan, which is kind of ironic because it's not like Manan has a lot of restaurants, but there's a restaurant out there called Teton House, and it's just a really, oh my gosh, amazing steakhouse. They just have amazing food, I'm telling you. And it's actually in the old Manan Bank from like the early 1900s. So it's a really cool atmosphere. The food is amazing, and yeah, that's pretty much Manan for you. Okay, and then the last one I'm gonna mention is Rexburg, and you've probably heard of Rexburg if you're familiar with this area at all. Rexburg is about 30 to 40 minutes from Idaho Falls, I would say, and BYU Idaho is there, which is Brigham Young University, the Idaho campus. So it's more of a college town, and I think the population is about 40,000. So it's a decent size. It doesn't have quite as many amenities as Idaho Falls. Again, I know a lot of people that live in Rexburg, and they come down to Idaho Falls for Target and Costco and Hobby Lobby and all those sorts of stores. But again, if you want to just kind of live in a little bit of a smaller community and still be close to things, Rexburg is another really good option. So that's it for today, guys. I hope that little overview helped you out and gave you a little bit of a better idea of some of the towns in southeastern Idaho that are near Idaho Falls. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to drop them below, and I would love to help you out. I am a realtor here in southeastern Idaho, and I cover pretty much all of this area, so I have a pretty good understanding of what each of these towns is like. So if you're curious, again, feel free to drop your comments below or send me an email or shoot me a message on Instagram, and I will get back to you. But until my next video, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.